So the United States Secret Service has indeed enhanced the former president's security posture so that he is receiving a level of security commensurate with the fact that he's a former president and on the campaign trail. And so his alignment with the security posture of our president is, in fact, quite approximate.
Senator, why did it take 2 assassination attempts to finally get there, where he has the security that is needed?
Yeah, I have no idea, especially when we're this close to the election. That's a question I'd love to be able to ask Ali Mayorkas. I'd also like to trust and verify in this for him to be able to say, yes, we're increasing security. I want to know what that really means to say it's commensurate. Great. What is actually not equal? What is just close on it? We want to know just the basic facts of this. Again, this is about American national security. If we have a presidential candidate, a former president, or a current sitting president with an assassination, that is worldwide global chaos that actually occurs with that. This is incredibly important that we allow political discourse to continue orally and that we protect the individuals that are there from some unstable, irrational individual that would actually take a shot at the president.
Yeah, Senator, you know, and it's our job to ask questions, even if those questions might be difficult questions at times. And I'm not trying to be unsavory, but I haven't heard anybody ask, and who better to ask than somebody who knows the Constitution as well as you do. So here we are. 48 days from the election. Donald Trump can't stop campaigning. We're looking at razor-thin margins in battleground states. He did a town hall in Michigan last night. He'll be in New York today. Huge crowd. Security is extremely tight. And obviously, it goes without saying, I hope beyond a hope this doesn't happen again. But if something does happen to Donald Trump, and for whatever reason he can't be the candidate on November the 5th, constitutionally, what happens? Does J.D. Vance become the candidate, or what would happen? What is the apparatus for something like that?
Yeah, obviously, God forbid that would ever happen, but the actual party selection process goes through. We just watched Democrats go through where Kamala Harris was selected to be the candidate without having a single vote, but the insiders in the party actually make the selection to be able to go through that. That process would happen on the Republican side to be able to have the nominee be able to move forward at that point, and it would be the nominee selected by the Republican leadership in another setting like that. We don't want anything close like that to be able to happen, but the Constitution does allow, and the structure does allow for a way to be able to protect that. In the meantime, let's be very, very clear. We're going to do everything we possibly can to be able to make sure that Donald Trump is protected through this race, that he's able to speak his mind, the American people are able to speak their mind in November, to be able to make sure that we're making it very clear the direction the country needs to go.
Just a yes or no, Election Day doesn't get pushed back?
That would, no, it in all likelihood would not. Again, that's going to depend on what actually happens right around Election Day and how close an attempt like that would happen at Election Day. But our structure will allow for this. We're an exceptionally resilient country. We've been through challenges before. Many people remember Gerald Ford had 2 attempts on his life within 3 weeks, 2 assassination attempts. But that was so many decades ago. Many people forget that part. So we faced moments like this before. We are going to face this again, but we're going to face it down, and the American people are going to speak. Donald Trump's going to be elected president, and he'll be able to not just speak his mind, but able to put policies in place to turn the country around.
Yes, and I just want to say again, I'm not asking that with any, of course, we hope and pray that doesn't happen, but it's just a question that a journalist has to ask when you're looking at 2 attempts in 2 months and 2 months to go until Election Day.
Yeah,
Senator. So thank you.
Senator, before we let you go, I do want to ask you this. I know today you'll be questioning executives from Meta, Google, Microsoft, and Adobe to discuss interference and threats to our election in November. What answers are you hoping to get today?
We're looking for quite a few answers. One is how they're monitoring and how they're engaging with international foreign threats coming at us. The Iranians have made it very, very clear they plan to be able to put out all kinds of disinformation in the weeks leading up to the election against Donald Trump, and to try to be able to put that into the social media world. We want to know how actually these social media companies are monitoring foreign interference coming into our election. We all know in 2016, the Russians were trying to be able to stir controversy, basically fighting against both sides to be able to stir up Americans in the 2016 election. There was a lot of brouhaha about all that. We want to make sure that the social media companies are actually paying attention to this. Americans should be able to speak their minds, and foreigners should leave us alone and not interfere in our elections.